Welcome everyone to this episode. The Ryder Cup is back in 2025 at Bethpage Black, Farmingdale, New York, and team selections are finally completed. Some surprises? Maybe. Some expected calls? Yes. And plenty to talk about. Today, we're going to take the first look at the players selected and some of the stories around them. Keegan Bradley not picking himself. A breakdown of both the US and European teams. Which players I'm feeling confident about and who is giving me some doubts. So, all the pre-hype surrounded Keegan Bradley, and could he possibly pick himself and become the first playing captain since Arnold Palmer in 1963? He had the chance to give himself a spot, and he decided not to. Ultimately, I think that although he had a great season and deserves to be a player, the fact that he was made captain means this feels like the right decision for Team USA to stand the best chance against a strong European side. Having missed out in horrible circumstances in 2023, this decision feels pretty selfless, team first, and likely is appreciated by his players. However, as a player in form and clearly a patriotic American, I can't help but feel that were he not made captain, he would have made the team and been a player to be feared by Europe this time around. No doubt the role of Ryder Cup captain isn't the same now as it was in 1963. And likely there is good reason why no one has taken this on since, especially in recent years. Captain only seems to be the best for the USA side. So let's look at the team he did put together. For each player, I want to briefly cover their world ranking, their DataGolf ranking, their Ryder Cup record, and their last 5 results to the end of the PGA Tour / Live season. I've put together the chart here, so let's briefly run through it before we look at a couple of players I like to have a good Ryder Cup and a couple I have concerns about. Let's just fly past Scotty, the best player in the planet by a mile with results to show for it and a winning mentality second to none. Let's look at JJ Spawn. Official world ranking number 7, DataGolf ranking 19. He's a rookie at the Ryder Cup with some reasonably solid finishes all year. What a career season. Now can he top it off with the sort of performance USA needs in the Ryder Cup? Xander Schauffele. 3rd in the world rankings, 8 in DataGolf rankings. He's got a record of 4-4-0 and had not some great finishes all through the season. His season returning from injury has not been great, but his Ryder Cup experience and his natural pairing with Patrick Cantlay may well help to carry him through. Russell Henley. World ranking number 4, DataGolf ranking number 5. He's a rookie, but he's had a great season. He's firmly established now as a top 10 player in the world, and although he is a Ryder Cup rookie, he did play President's Cup last time around and played with Scotty. So something to look at more detail in a further episode, I think. Next up on the list is Harris English. World ranking of number 10, DataGolf ranking of 21. He's played 1 Ryder Cup a few years back with a record of 1-2-0, and again he's had a pretty solid season. He's had basically a great under the radar season for Harris. I'm a huge fan of his golf swing. He's not a rookie, but he hasn't played Ryder Cup since his debut in 2021, although obviously he's significantly more experienced as a golfer since that point. Next up, we then come to Bryson DeChambeau. His world ranking is 18, obviously not really legitimate as he's a live player, but his DataGolf ranking is 6, so he's still appearing as one of the best players in the world. Has a record of 2-3-1. Maybe not the best season across live and the majors, but never count him out of bringing his power game to full effect on any given week, and with Bethpage being a long golf course, he could well shine there. Next up for the American team is Justin Thomas. He's got a world ranking of 5 and a DataGolf ranking of 11. His record is 7-4-2, and he's had a pretty decent season on the PGA Tour. He's now the most experienced player on the USA squad, which is wild to think about. And coming off of a decent season with a win at RBC Heritage early in the year, can he keep the driver on the course to really make an impact this time and be a leader for the US team? Next up is Collin Morikawa. He's ranked World ranking is number 8, his DataGolf ranking 26, so there's quite a discrepancy there in his world ranking and his DataGolf ranking. He's got a record of 4, 3 and 1, and he's had a very, very strange season on the PGA Tour. He's probably the biggest surprise for me of being in the US Ryder Cup team, but I guess can you really leave him at home? He's the lowest DataGolf ranked player on the US team, and his form isn't great. He's had a horrible season with the putter, being 141st in strokes gained on the PGA Tour. He needs desperately to turn that around at Bethpage. Following up from that is Ben Griffin. World ranking 17, DataGolf ranking 7. He's a rookie. He's had 2 tour wins, one with his partner Andrew Novak and the other one a singles win. And he always has seemed to be in the mix this year. He's well deserving of his place on the team, no doubt, and he's had a great season, and I expect him to do reasonably well as a rookie. Up next is Cameron Young. His world ranking's 20, DataGolf ranking's 17. Again, another rookie on the US team. He's had a really great finish to the year. With his first PGA Tour win and some excellent form over the last few events, I think he's a well-deserved addition to the team based on current form, and sometimes that's what you need odd players to have to help the team out. Next up is Patrick Cantlay. His world ranks number 21, DataGolf ranking 14, with a Ryder Cup record of 5, 2 and 1, and has had, again, an unusual season. I think dropping to 21 in the OWGR for me sums up his last couple of seasons, but he has shown up in the biggest events, and you would want him on a Ryder Cup team. The final person in the US Ryder Cup team is Sam Burns. His world ranking is 22, his DataGolf ranking is 9. He's got a Ryder Cup record of 1, 2 and 0, with some very good results towards the end of the season. I think he likely would have been the person that would have missed out if Keegan had decided to play, but he's had a good enough end of the season and performed when he needed to. He also leads the PGA Tour in strokes gained putting, which is never a bad thing. So, who should do well? Scotty Scheffler. His ball striking dominance is so impressive, and with no real weaknesses in his game now and his competitive mindset, he should lead this USA team in many ways. Patrick Cantlay may be a surprise from my point. His calm demeanour and ability to get under people's skins can't be overlooked. He's an excellent foursomes player and he thrives under pressure. But who do I have doubts about? I think the first player that I'm raising lots of doubts about is Xander Schauffele. Just hasn't been the same Xander following his rib injury at the start of the year. He's been statistically poor, especially driving and putting, which last year were 2 of his biggest assets in a career season. Can he find that again in time for the Ryder Cup? Who knows? He will be helped by Patrick Cantlay as a teammate, so maybe not all doom and gloom on that side. And my other doubt is Collin Morikawa. He's had a pretty poor season. His putting has been bad. He's chopped and changed caddies and needs stability and trust there. And he has not endeared himself to the press corps this season, meaning that there is likely more negative written and spoken than positive. Could that follow up into the Ryder Cup if he starts poorly? Still a great iron player, but I would be using him sparingly this time out. So that's the American squad. And for me, it shows a real changing of the guard in my eyes, with JT being the most experienced player and 4 rookies on the team. So now, let's move over and have a look at the European team that was confirmed this last Monday. Rory McIlroy. World ranking number 2, DataGolf ranking number 4, Ryder Cup record 16, 13 and 4. A career Grand Slam halted a great start to the season while he stopped and smelled the roses for a bit. I expect him to be the real Rory come the first tee shot at Bethpage Black. He's going to carry an awful lot of the team and is going to be the leader. Robert McIntyre. World ranking number 9, DataGolf ranking 13, Ryder Cup record 2, 0 and 1 with another good season. No wins this year, but what has felt like a coming of age season for me. He's a fierce competitor who had a great first Ryder Cup last time out paired with Justin Rose, and Europe will be hoping he builds on that this time out. Tommy Fleetwood, world ranking 6, DataGolf ranking 2, Ryder Cup record 7, 3 and 2, and what an end to the season. Finally got his first PGA win at the Tour Championships after a stellar season. It's fair to say that his DataGolf ranking of number 2 in the world is correct as of now. I expect him to flourish once more and be a major part of this team. Justin Rose, world ranking 12, DataGolf ranking 47, Ryder Cup record 14, 9 and 3. Season of ups and downs for me, but with a win on the books and better players of late, you will be glad to have him on the team again for his experience and ability to help people get through an event like this, especially rookies and younger players. Rasmus Højgaard, world ranking 52, DataGolf ranking 44, and he's a rookie. This is a weird one for me as he auto-qualified but doesn't appear to have done much this season or lately. As the only rookie on Team Europe, expect him to be used lightly on the first 2 days, probably in the 4 balls. Tyrrell Hatton, world ranking 25, DataGolf ranking 31, Ryder Cup record 5, 4 and 2. He's had an average sort of season on Live, but basically auto-qualified via the 4 majors. His pairing with Rahm seems inevitable again and should be exceptionally tough to beat with their attitude. Shane Lowry, world ranking 23, DataGolf ranking 38, Ryder Cup record 2, 3 and 1. Maybe not had his best season to be fair, but again, you wouldn't expect him not to be on the team and not to be able to really pull through for Europe when they actually need it most. Jon Rahm, world ranking 80, DataGolf ranking 3, Ryder Cup record 6, 3 and 3. Somehow, Jon Rahm managed to win the season on Live with no wins, but by finishing in the top 10 virtually every event. If he wasn't on Live, he would have almost certainly auto-qualified. You wouldn't have picked a team without him anyway. And his DataGolf ranking of number 3 shows that he's still one of the best players on the planet and is a huge bonus for the European team. Sepp Straka, world ranking 13, DataGolf ranking 35, Ryder Cup record 1, 2 and 0. On paper, a great season, 2 wins, but with the last being in May and him seemingly being absent for the rest of the season, he needs to find something of the early season form before the Ryder Cup starts, in my opinion. Victor Hovland, world ranking 15, DataGolf ranking 15, Ryder Cup record 3, 4 and 3. He shocked himself when he won the Valspar earlier in the season, but his game seems to have been coming to him and a strong Scandinavian presence is a must for Europe and is never a bad thing in my opinion. Ludvig Åberg, world ranking 14, DataGolf ranking 16, Ryder Cup record 2, 2 and 0. Early season win at the Genesis and then not such great form since then, but still a huge talent whom Europe will rely on for years to come. Matt Fitzpatrick, world ranking 29, DataGolf ranking 12, Ryder Cup record 1, 7 and 0. Clearly played himself onto the team in the last few weeks as he found the form that has been lacking all season long to edge out other contenders like Harry Hall and Marco Penge. He needs to improve his poor Ryder Cup record this year if Europe are to win away from home on United States soil. Who should do well? Tommy Fleetwood. With the best season of his career behind him and his PGA Tour win on top of his passionate Ryder Cup play, I expect him to be a big point scorer and has the ability to seemingly be paired with anyone in any format, which is a great player for a captain to have on their team. Jon Rahm. I honestly think above and beyond wanting to win the Ryder Cup, he will want to prove all the naysayers of Live wrong and not only stick it to the US, but to the PGA Tour as well. Expect a fiery and dangerous pairing with Tyrrell Hatton again. Who I have doubts about. Rasmus Højgaard. What a talent this guy and his twin truly are, but as a rookie with a query around form, Will he be able to step up and take what will likely be the vital point or two Europe needs? For me, that's still a doubt. Sepp Straka. My concerns sit around his form coming in. Bethpage Black is a big golf course, and he is one of the shorter hitters on tour, ranking only 132nd in distance. However, we know he's pretty accurate and therefore expect a foursomes pairing or two, but boy, he needs to find some form in the next couple of weeks. So there's definitely a changing of the guard in the USA squad with 4 rookies on board. Do they really have the depth to not have to rely on the big few to play every session over 3 days? On the other hand, is this a Ryder Cup too far for the likes of Justin Rose on the European side? And are there a good few players who aren't really showing the form you would like running into the Ryder Cup? Europe likely has the better options to spread the workload, but if some players don't find their game, it could mean little in the end. Obviously, we know home advantage is huge these days in the Ryder Cup, so it will be an uphill struggle for the away team to bring the trophy home. Expect a boisterous crowd in New York firmly behind the home team. Will they be the 13th man? Bethpage Black will take no prisoners and could provide its own story along the way. I will save any predictions for now, although obviously I will be rooting for Europe to do the unthinkable. Thanks everyone for listening and watching. Please like, subscribe and comment, and next time we will look more in depth at the monster of a course Bethpage Black and try to make some predictions on pairings for the 4 balls and foursomes.